What's up, guys? Not the winner here, and we got some patch notes already. So, one person was able to get to level 100 already by using a small exploit, I guess, where basically the party leader leaves the group and then kind of rejoins it, and it basically resets the dungeon that you're in, and then they just grind it over and over. So, somehow he was able to get to level 100 just by having squads help him farm. I don't know if anyone else has gotten that high yet, or if the rest of his group made it to level 100 or not, but that is insane. I could understand 60 or 70, but this man only had like 53 hours when he reached level 100. Insanity. Um, but there were some changes to barbarians due to this. So barbarians channeling shout, the damage reduction is only from 4% to 2% based on the skill ranks, so way less damage reduction. Legendary aspects that they can get, the bold chieftain aspect, cooldown was reduced from 2.7 to 5.4 seconds to 1 to 1.9. But max cooldown reduction from 12 to 6 seconds. Aspect dire whirlwind, basically small nerf there. The increased crit chance strike was reduced by 2% on either side from min to max, and the maximum crit strike chance bonus reduced from 20 to 40% down to 9 to 24%. They also had some changes on certain items. You can read those right here on the screen. Damage against wreckable objects doesn't do increased explosion, and only the first 100 hits of whirlwind get the explosion damage increase. So they're basically nerfing that, and then the explosion damage gain got nerfed tremendously from 50 to 70% down to 16 to 26%. Uh, Basically making Gore's gloves nowhere near as effective and nerfing the whirlwind effect of barbarians tremendously. Druids, however, had some interesting nerfs and increases. So, Pulverize, lucky hit chance reduced from 33 down to 25. Lightning Storm went up from 32 to 40% damage. And the damage bonus from the Grizzly Rage went up from 5, 10, 15% all the way up to 6, 12, and 18%. So, kind of nice there. The Obsidian Slam required bonus on kills went from 10 to 20. Calm Before the Storm lucky hit chance down from 15% to 10%. And then Electric Shock had the same effect that we had on the Grizzly Rage. It went from a 5, 10, 15% up to a 6, 12, 18%. Now, we did have some legendary aspect changes here, like the Shockwave aspect. The damage reduced from 90 to 130% down to 60 to 100%. Crouchstone aspect, crit strike damage went from 40 to 50% to 30 to 40%. And Lightning Dancer aspect, flat damage was increased, in fact, 0.5 to 0.6, all the way up to 0.7 to 0.8. Necromancer. Now, we got buffs. Necromancer was considered weaker, so we actually got buffs. I was already happy with my Necro. Yeah, I wish I did more damage. Yeah, I wish my Skellies had more survivability. But you can get that. Now, Necromancer, Blood Lance increased from 67.5% to 80% damage. Army of the Dead, 30 to 45% damage, and cooldown from 90 to 70 seconds. So way less cooldown, way more damage. Blood Wave, damage was increased from 90% to 120%. Now on the passives, Shadow Blight, damage went from 20 to 22%. Grim Harvest, essence gained was 3, 6, 9. Now it's down to 2, 4, and 6. So you're gaining less essence from Grim Harvest, which I believe is when you consume a corpse, you gain essence. That was something that I was definitely using, so that's a bit disappointing that that one got nerfed. Serration, crit strike chance was reduced from 0.5, 1, and 1.5 to 0.3, 0.6, and 0.9%. Quite a large change at the fully upgrade. So a little disappointed there if you were going for a crit build. And then Death's Defense, which is a huge one if you're running minions. Maximum minion life loss in a single damage instance reduced from 75, 60, and 45% of their life down to 60, 45, 30% of their life. So they're losing under 1/3 of their life at max. If you've upgraded it fully. Then on the class specialization, Brave Skeleton, the basic attack you start with, Skeletal Warrior attack damage increased by 10%, so those guys will actually start tearing through these bosses. Golem damage was increased by 10%, but Blood Golem's life drain went from 40 to 90%, and the drain healing from enemies hit went from 4 to 5%. Kind of huge if you're running Blood Golems. Iron Golem, though, the slam damage from 25% to 175%. That's insane. And then we got Shockwave damage, which went from 30 to 40%. Now on our Paragon boards, though, Hulking Monstrosity and Cult Leader are both focused on Golem for Hulking Monstrosity, and Cult Leader focuses on skeletons and minions in general. So Golem life on Hulking Monstrosity went from 30 to 40%. And then Cult Leader, which is the legendary node that you can get on the Cult Leader board, damage bonus increased from 10% to 15%. So both very nice changes, because I plan to unlock both of those boards overall by the end. Now let's go over to Rogue here. Let me grab a sip of water though. Oh man, needed that. Rogue skill changes. Twisting Blades. Advanced Twisting Blades cooldown reduction per enemy hit reduced from 0.25% to 0.1 seconds. And then Advanced Twisting Blades maximum cooldown reduction from 3 to 2 seconds. Rapid fire damage was increased 24 to 30%. And then Dark Shroud damage reduction from per shadow gain from skill ranks was 0.8. Now it's 0.4. So way less damage reduction. The dash, though, was also reduced from 20% to 15% on the crit strike damage. So they basically made you less tanky and less crit on your dashes, but your Caltrops damage was increased from 30 to 40%. On passives, concussive, crit strike chance was reduced from 5, 10, 15 down to 4, 8, 12 on the percentages. Legendary affix under repeating. Maximum minion life loss in a single is that correct? Something feels wrong about that, but it says repeating, but then it's maximum minion life lost again. The Necromancer one. So sorry about that, folks. Sorcerer skill changes. Arc Lash. Lucky hit chance reduced from 30% to 14%. The Glinting Arc Lash cooldown reduced from 0.25 to 0.15. So way less cooldown reduced from Glinting Arc Lash, but even Lucky hit chance was reduced on the Arc Lash. I feel like Arc Lash won't be that useful now. Shimmering Teleport's damage reduction duration was reduced from 5 to 3 seconds. So under Aspect of Control, your legendary aspect, the bonus damage reduced was 30 to 40%. Now it's 25 to 35%. In general, it seems like Sorceress and Sorceress and Barbarian were quite nerfed. Under general miscellaneous class changes, Druid Companions, Necromancer minions, max damage over time taken per damage instant reduced from 2% to 1% of their maximum life. So basically, anything that's damage over time will not be killing them as quickly. That was a huge issue, and that's great for the Druids as well. And under Paragon board changes, rare nodes, player attack speed nodes reduced by 50%, so we're not just glyphs, all glyph bonus scaling has been reduced by 34%, except for the following. What? No way. So it's going to take everyone else forever to level, even though those people got through it pretty quick. Crit strike damage glyph bonus reduced by 66. Vulnerable reduced by 66. Oh, wow. Glyphs bonus to rare nodes reduced by 50%. Glyphs bonus to magic nodes reduced by 40%. Glyphs bonus to cold, fire, lightning, non-fire, and physical nodes reduced by 62.5%. That's intense. Monster changes significantly reduce the spawn rate of treasure goblins within PvP zones. Okay. Bug fix. Fix the name of Lightbearer mount. The go-to shop button from the wardrobe will now properly open the shop. Fix an issue where Sorcerer uses deep freeze and is affected by another effect that would freeze them and cause them to be permanently stunned. That's absolutely hilarious. I wish they didn't fix that. Miscellaneous stability and crash fixes. So overall, that's kind of crazy. Lots of changes there. A bunch of nice bonuses for the minions, for Necromancers, or even for Druids. And I think this is going to be a big one that they can keep balancing back and forth like this. But Overall, I think Barbarian needed a huge nerf. Sorceress probably needed a nerf. I used to run Sorceress back in the day in old Diablo and like Diablo 2, Diablo. I I I think Sorceress has always been OP, and they got to be careful with that one in this game. But I'm happy they actually buffed up Necros because, yeah, the minions were falling a little bit too quickly, but you were still strong enough to pull things off on your own if they did fall. Now they're just going to be stronger and be harder to kill. So that's very beneficial for someone like me who plans to main the Necro. If you guys found this helpful or were just happy to get the patch notes, then make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I'll make sure I'll have plenty more content coming your way.